So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm able to consistently generate 100k a month with this meta strategy. And this has really have been the game changer for me. And I know many of you guys have been asking me about how I actually set up my meta ads campaign. And in this video, you're gonna get a full guide. And I'm also gonna go into my ad account and show you one of my store that was profitable right from day 2 of launching. I'm gonna show you like the 3 months data so you can see that this store is actually consistent using this same strategy. And then later on, we're gonna create a campaign and I'm gonna show you step by step how you can actually do it. And this video is gonna be so value packed, and I hope you're gonna love it. And if you haven't yet joined my free Discord community where I'm answering questions every single day, sharing value, and literally giving pro tips here and there every single day, I highly recommend you join it. The link is gonna be down in my pinned comment below. And let's just get right into the video. So to start out, I'm gonna show you one of the store that I created in early November. So we started running ads for this store on the 11th November. It was on the first day. And you can see I was getting like really insane low cost per click because for some reason on this store, Meta was spending a lot of the traffic on audience network. And if you don't know about audience network, it's basically like most of the time you're gonna get a lot of junk traffic, really cheap cost per click, but they don't really convert. And that was what happened on day 1. So I unchecked that and let it run again. And on day 2, I believe it was like instantly profitable afterwards. So after I did that, on the second day, I think the ad spent about like $10 or $20 and I was getting like 3 to 4 sales. Then I was like, oh man, no way I'm gonna let this run at $50. So I doubled the budget. And then it ended up spending about $116.51 for the entire day. We made back about 8 sales. I believe it was more than 8 sales. I think it was 10 sales because Meta only reports about 80% of sales that we make. And the rest I think was about like 3.5. And then afterwards, yeah, we were just like letting it run at like $100 per day because with this particular market, I wasn't really sure about whether or not my supplier could ship there. So I was like making sure that the logistics were good. And I was actually letting this run at a low budget for quite a while. You can see in the month of November. In the month of November with this store, I made about 2.3k in profit. I started running about 10th of November, so it was averaging about $100 per day net, and it was kind of like autopilot because I have my virtual assistant launching ads for me on this store. And you can see the ROAS is just like ridiculous, it's like 4.87, so it was like super duper high ROAS, super high performing low budget store. And I actually want to go into the ads a little bit just to sort of show you how it kind of look like on the ad level. So with this particular campaign setup, right, instead of like having one campaign per product, we basically put all our all our ads into one campaign and just let Facebook pick which advertisement to spend on. So you can see on the first day, I was getting a lot of junk traffic from this second ad over here. It wasn't doing that well. The first ad I got 1 sale, but the overall ROAS was pretty shit. And then on the second day, in the second day it was like much better. It was getting like 4 ROAS, 0.61 ROAS. So these are all individual advertisements. Some of them are the same products. I obviously have to blur it because I don't want my my store, my name of products to be doxed. And you can see for the month of November, we had some like a few winning ads. They were getting like really low cost per purchase, like $7, 7 ROAS. This one wasn't so good. It was like 0.93 ROAS, so we cut the ads yearly. And let's actually have a look at December, what we were able to do. So in the month of December, I believe I made about 5,000 USD net with this one store. It was pretty autopilot because my virtual assistant was launching ads every single day. And you can see the ROAS was about 3.25. It says about 2. I'm just not sure which one is accurate, but I believe it's like above 3. So these are the results. And then let's look at this month. So this month is probably like one of the better months. So far right now we are in the 11th of January, or is it 12th of January, and it already made about, I think, 2.5, close to about 3k USD net so far this month. So we're expecting more from this month. And with this store, I'm not really scaling very aggressively. I'm just keeping it I'm just keeping a budget at like $400 per day. But what we're doing my strategy is instead of like having one store you scale really high, we have like multiple stores that we run at like $400 per day. So this way we are able to keep like the ROAS high. We're not really like pushing the budgets on each store, but we are kind of like keeping it spread out across many stores. So across like many stores, the ROAS will be higher, and this way, that's how we kind of like do things with this strategy. And the really cool thing about the way that we kind of like set up our ads right now is because we, even in the testing phase, you can see, there was almost like no testing phase because right after day one, you can be profitable. And basically, you're just letting Meta decide, okay, you know what, which advertisement to spend on. You're letting Meta allocate the budgets based on which they think is going to work the best. And the thing is about Meta algorithm is it's so advanced nowadays because they have like so much data, and they can kind of predict which product is going to work well. I'm going to this slideshow and break down a little bit more about how we set up, and later on I'm going to show you how we can actually create the same campaign that I did. So the way of launching ads is basically this, right? For every single product you launch, you have one campaign, and you start the campaign at maybe like say like $50 per day. And what I noticed with this strategy is so many people, they lose thousands of dollars, me included, right? In the past, this was how I was doing things. You lose like thousands of dollars. Sometimes even I hear stories of people who lose more than $10,000 to find a winning product. And in the past, I was probably one of them. There were times where I had spent, or I had lost, not even spent, I had lost $10,000 plus in cash to even find a winning product. And this is just not really sustainable long term because you still have to pay your team, you still have to pay Shopify, you got to pay for all these different apps, all these different fees, chargebacks, refunds, that your profit margin overall is going to be really, really low. And the third thing is, when you're in a testing phase, you're always losing money. It's like super low ROAS. It just like really not cost effective at all. So this is the eCom Revolution launching method, okay? We basically have a one store per campaign, and we launch all the products in one campaign. So all the ads is within one campaign like you have seen earlier. So it's kind of like setting up Google Shopping on Meta. And if you don't know about Google, basically on Google you only have like one main campaign. You add a ton of products into the campaign, into your store, and then basically the Google feed will reflect the products within your campaign, and then you just let the algorithm decide how to allocate the budget. So we're basically using like the same ideology but with Meta, and it has been working really well for us because it is just so cost effective. Like you have seen, in the particular store we were able to be profitable from day two. But to be honest, like most of the stores that we run, they are not profitable within the first week. On average, I find if it's a store that's going to be profitable, maybe it might take around 3 to 4 weeks. And also, honestly, there are some stores that are not gonna work. Like recently for me, I have to kill like a few stores because they were unprofitable after like 1 or 2 months. But that's also how we teach our students, which I'm gonna share more details towards the end of the video. If you're interested in actually learning the entire eCom Revolution method, right now we are filming lots of content for our new community that we're gonna launch on school, and sharing with you guys step A to Z how I'm able to do like 100K a month consistently. And my mentor, actually the guy who taught me this strategy, have done over $3.8 million in sales last year, and he's going to be personally teaching you guys within the new community. So I'm super excited for that. So what is the end result of using this strategy? Number one, your chances of being profitable from day one is gonna be much higher. So this is not gonna be for all the stores. I would say, like, say for example, if I launch 10 different stores, maybe 2 or 3 stores will be profitable very quickly, whereas maybe like the other 3 to 4 maybe may take about anywhere from like 4 to maybe like 6 weeks to be profitable, and whereas another like 3 to 4 stores, maybe they're just not gonna be profitable and you just cut it. So the second thing is you will lose much lesser on testing. The wording is not correct here, but yeah, you'll lose much lesser on testing, and in some instances you may actually be profitable right from day one. And here's a really cool thing, right? I have 2 friends here in Singapore that I'm personally coaching with this particular strategy, and literally using this strategy, both of them were profitable from day one. So right now we have like 100% success rate with this strategy, me included. So it's really cool what's actually possible. It's gonna be so much more cost effective, and you can start with like a much lower budget, right? So like a lot of people, they always ask me like, yo Gary, how much money do you need to start dropshipping? With this particular strategy, you probably don't need much. To be honest, probably like 2 to 3 thousand will be more than enough to actually get started testing, and maybe even like starting to generate some profits. So right now I actually want to go into my ad account, and I want to briefly like show you how we can actually set up this same campaign type and how it kind of works. Okay, so first off, you create a campaign. You create it. Okay, we're just gonna call it campaign 1. For the campaign budget, you can say, let's say you want to start at like $50 per day. Go into the ad set. You can just call it like whatever, the name don't really matter that much. We can call it like broad 1, for example. You want to set up your pixel. You want to make sure the date is today, so 12. The following day. You want to make sure that you set it up the following day. The country, which is in the country they are selling to. For this particular strategy, we only sell in one country per market, like we have mentioned in the previous training videos. If you haven't, go and watch that. We're gonna get right into the ads. So for the ad, you can see, normally I call it like the name of the product, one ad one, something like this. And how it works is basically for every single product that you launch, you wanna test with 3 different advertisements. And ideally, you want to launch 5 to 10 new products into the campaign every single day, because this strategy is based off mass launching of products into your ad set. And what you'll find is many products, they're not gonna get spent on Facebook. Facebook is just gonna spend on, say for example, you launch 30 ads today. Facebook may just pick 5 ads out of the 30 ads to spend a budget on. But that's good. That is good because you are likely going to, that probably means that likely the 25 ads that didn't accumulate any spend, they are just not going to work. So you save yourself the money from guessing which product is going to work, which advertisement is going to work. You just launch 5 to 10 new advertisements every single day into this one campaign. You add like 3 different advertisements for one product, and we typically do like a mix of between image ads, video ads work really well for us as well. We do carousel ads and colleague ads. And colleague is just basically, you have 4 different variants of a product. Like say for example, you're selling a dress with like different colors. You have a white dress, you have the pink dress, you have the blue dress, you have the red dress, and they put it all into one image. So that's what a colleague ad, that does really well for us as well. So just a mix of different advertisements showing the product from the different angle. And then you're launching 5 to 10 new ads every single day. And then what you'll find is at some point, right, you're gonna hit the limit of the amount of ads you can have within one ad set. And the limit is about 50 ads per ad set. So after you hit the limit, you just basically just duplicate the ad set, and then you just repeat the same process on the second ad set until the ad set gets full. Normally we do this until we have about 4 to 5 different ad sets. You don't really need to stack up like so many different ad sets. What I find tend to work the best is just having 4 or 5 different ad sets. At least that's how we have been doing it since forever. So with 4 or 5 different ad sets, you just launch you just basically keep launching every single day. And if you reach a point where these 4 or 5 ad sets are full, which means you have about maybe 150 to 200 ads in your total campaign, what you do is just basically you just delete those ads that are not getting spent over the past. Say for example, you launch it on day 1. After 4 to 5 days, if it's not getting any spend, then you just delete those ads that are not getting any spend. Because the thing is, what I noticed is after 3 to 5 days, if the ads are not getting any spend within a campaign, more or less the product is just not going to sell. So that's how you can set up the campaign. And if you want to learn more about how we can actually build stores like this, and how I'm able to consistently generate 100k a month from a mentor, he does like 300k a month, so that's like really on a different level, and I'm trying to get there, to be honest. Make sure to join my free Discord community where I'm sharing like a ton of value and basically helping you guys to just copy the same strategy that we use. So the link is gonna be down in the pinned comment box below, and leave a like on this video if this video was valuable, and don't forget to hit subscribe as well if you're new to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.